Alright, welcome back. And the first thing I would like to tell you, this is what it looks like. The first thing that I would like to tell you is that if you use this program, PixelAir.com, and you have created your thumbnail, then do not save the original image because that's the large image and you don't want it to be smaller as like a thumbnail. Right, so that's settled. I will show you one more thing. I have created here the title, and the title I use two lines, and you can do that by inserting a code here again, like this. And if I use two times this one and I save it, and I refresh this browser and I use this one, it will actually show a blank line there. Very neat, isn't it? Well, cool. That means that we have the whole page covered right now. And we're gonna twist and tweak our website. The first thing that I want to show you is you can have a different background very easily. So let me see. I want a different background, and I'm gonna go to Google and please box ring wallpaper whatever. I'm gonna go to images here, and I'm looking for an old school gym actually, like something like this, for example. Take care that it's quite large because you want it to show up on high resolution screens as well. So look at the image and then right click and save as. Now I'm gonna go to my website folder and click this background image, then save it and replace it, yes, where I would like to. And now just refresh my browser and you will see that we have a different background image. That's how it goes. It's that simple. There's more, because right now we have adjusted all our pages so we can close them. And we're gonna open up our editor, which is this one. Go to your root folder of your website and find the editor. Here it is, and open it with Notepad. Now we're gonna start with the fun, because the first thing I always like to do is change the background of my website. For example, this color. I have one for the header. This is the header. This is the main section, and this is the footer section, and this is the copyright section. If I'm gonna use this one for my website, this background image, I'm gonna say here where I got it from, so it's noted that it's not mine. All right, so let's change the background color. So here it is. We have our editor, and I've divided it in a couple of sections. For example, a general website settings. Here you can specify whether you would like a full screen background image, or you would just like to use a color like this. This is the background color. If you then your whole website like this will have a color. You will have to specify that here. This is the font of your website, and here is actually the margin of your website. If you reduce it to 0, and also here, and you save this one, that will mean that it will be to the top of the screen, like this. Very cool. Well, I don't want this right now, so I'm gonna hit Ctrl Z to go back. You can have website borders. For example, if I use 3 here and I can use black, I will show you how you can use other colors as well. But for example, I want a black line of 5 pixels. I'm gonna save this one and refresh my browser. I will have a neat black border. I can also use rounded corners. For example, if I use here 15px for pixels and I save this one, then I have rounded corners. Actually, I don't want these. So I'm going to save this. And this is actually a box shadow around your website, which you cannot really see, but there is some sort of shadow here. If you don't want this, just delete this like this. And if I save it, it's gone here. See? The shadow is gone. You can use a header image if you like. Then you just use this line like this. You delete these and you type this in front of this one and this behind it, and then this should be none, like the text below, and then we have this. And you can adjust this banner. I will show you later how you can do that, but you can create your own banner and you can save it in here, images, header, and make sure that your banner is quite large, like 2000 large, 2000 pixels wide, so you can have full screen. You can have a banner for full screen as well, so it will go from side to side, because you might later want to adjust your website to a different template. Well, that's that. Let me see what's next. I want to redo this actually, like this. Title element. This is if you're using text, so not an image, but text like this. And this is actually the space above the text, and this is below the text. So if I make this, for example, 13 and this 14, this is what it's gonna look like. You don't want this, but you can do it. And this is the background color, and now it's gonna get interesting. We need RGB colors because some browsers, the newest browsers always support transparent colors like this, so you can see the background image through it. But some browsers, and especially old browsers, don't support these RGBA colors, so you will need RGB colors, which are flat colors, and it will appear like this, as if you have this. Let me show you. Boom, like that. Real hard colors. Well, most people use modern browsers right now, so I offer you the option that you can make it visually appealing, but we'll have to have a backup plan in case it doesn't work. So I'm going to show you where you can find these colors. You go to my links page again, and then here you have all color sites, websites. Which one I like to use is, for example, this one, color names. And what I would like is, for example, well, I'm gonna show you with dark gold, for example. Here, this is the code, or you can just type in dark golden rod here. So the background is gonna be like this. If you're using a color code like this, make sure there's a this sign in front of it, and save it. Then you will see that it looks like this right now. Maybe you want this, maybe you want transparent color, and transparent colors are really easy to get. You go to this website, let me show you, Color Hacks, and you can get here any color you like. Just select here which color you like. For example, like this one, choose Get Info. Then this is the color code. And you can use this one, well, RGB, open brackets, paste it, and here is RGBA, open brackets, and close them. But then here you have one extra parameter, and you go for 0.8 for example and save it, then you will see that this one will be transparent. Actually it will be 1. Yeah, so if it's 1 it's fully there, so it's opaque, and if you reduce it below 1 it will be transparent. It's very easy. So for example like this, but right now it's not very clearly visible, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have first names, last name and profession, and we're gonna change these colors. So let me see what colors I can have. HTML colors, and I would like to use for example this one, gold, and you can take the color code or you can just type in gold, and then you don't need this sign. So I'm gonna do this, gold, and then I'm gonna select this line, copy it and paste it here as well, like this. Boom, there it is. Very nice, very smooth. Now what we can do is we can add text shadow, and for that I have created or found a nice one for you here. Further tweaking, text shadow. Here, look, this is what it looks like. We can change the distance. I wanna. So like this, and then below is the code, which we can just copy and paste it into here, like here. Boom, like this, and we can again copy this one and paste it here, and for this one I don't want it, so it's like this. See, here's the text shadow. Now next up is the navigation bar. For example, I like to keep it white and black in the beginning, like this, but if I go over it, I don't want these colors anymore, I want different colors. And what you can do is you can adjust those colors. For example, the color, this is the hover, like appearance on links when hovered by a mouse pointer. This is when they're not active, and this is actually when they are hovered by the mouse. So I'm gonna make this different, light blue, whatever, and I'm gonna make the background like white. Background white. I have 2 times background because I told you you need a backup plan if you're using RGB or RGBA colors. Now make sure that the RGB color is always above the RGBA color, because your browser is always reading the lines from top to bottom. So if they first come across the RGBA color, which is transparent, and later they come across the RGB color, which is opaque, then your color will be opaque. But if there is a browser that cannot read RGBA colors, then they first come across the RGB color, use that one, and later they will find the RGBA color, but they cannot read it, so they will use the RGB color, the opaque color. So right now I will save this one and see what it looks like right now. If I hover it like this, well, you can have a better color scheme than I have, but let me show you one more thing you have to adjust here. Look, this is actually the width of each item here right now. If you use, for example, 4 pages, I will show you later how you can do that, but then you have to divide 100 by the number of pages you have, and right now that is 6. But if it's, for example, 4 links, you will have to use 25%. This is the select drop-down menu that will appear when your browser gets too small, like this. Boom. Then you will have here your drop-down menu, which is very neat for mobile phones. We're gonna proceed with this. I'm gonna keep these because, well, I don't want to spend hours boring you. So you know now how to do it. And oh yeah, background behind the context. For example, let's see, I take black. I will show you what it looks like then. We go to the biography page, and then you have here, you have black, but it now it touches the sides, so we'll have to get here some padding, for example 3%. Save it and redo this, and you will see that now it's looking very neat. It's the same for the news page and the resume page. Look, but if you want this, that's very nice, but you don't have to have this, of course. So if you don't like it, just type in on here, and you don't need any padding as well. You can also adjust the corners and the border as I did before. Now these are your page headers. We know these, huh? These are page headers. These, and these are subheaders. Well, resume page, showreel page, photos page. I've named them accordingly. So this is the page header, the subheader, where you can also add some text shadow, or you can say like I want it normal. And here's the resume headers, photography headers, and showreel headers. For example, I would like to align the text in the middle here. Let's see what it looks like right now. Then you have your headers in the middle. Very neat. This is the context. Say I want it black. Then if I have my biography, it will be black text. Is there more? Yes, there is more. News feed. I will have a separate video about your news feed. For now, we'll look at your photos. You have your introduction photo, for example, and also your biography photography. I want no border, and I want border radius to be 0. Save it, and you will see it will change here. Look at this. Hopla. Very neat. Very easy as well. Your photo container, that is actually this one. You can change these as well. For example, I would like to have just 1 pixel of border, and I want no border radius. If you have trouble with border radius and borders, I have put some links here as well for box shadow border radius here. Box shadow is actually for your website, as I told you before. And you can also have box shadow here for your images. For example, like this, I will just show you. No problem. Box shadow. Just copy this. Copy it. Paste it here. Save it. And you will see some box shadow on your images. Like this. Very cool, isn't it? Now, if you need more space here, of course, you can use this in your photos page, your HTML page. We can also say we would like to align it to the left, like this, or to the right. Now you have your download button, which is your resume download button, which is like here. You can specify the color when its appearance is when it's not active and not hovered by the mouse. You have the background color, the foreground color. For example, I would like this to be black, whatever. You can find these colors on the internet, of course. As I showed you before, I want it to be very hard corners, like this. Now the round corners are gone, and it looks a bit different. Play around with this. If you want a bigger sized button, you can use this one, and you will see that the button will increase, like this. When you're hovering over the button, these are the settings. If you click the button, these are the settings. Just play around with them, I'd say. You have your resume headers. And below there is a line. I will show you what I mean. That's actually this one, this line. This line. If you make this one white, for example, then it looks like this. And here are also lines which you can make 0 if you like. Then they disappear. Or you can make them this color, for example. Don't forget the little sign here. Or you can, for example, also make these white. White. Like this. Boom. Very nice. Alright, that's the resume page, I think. Resume table with one column. Oh yeah. I gotta tell you this one. Look, let me see. So this is if you use the first row of a table with one column. Look, this is one column table, this is two column table, and these are the settings for the three column table. Now what we want to do is we have here the first child, which is the first row of the column, and you can adjust this if you have multiple rows in your one column table. You can also specify how you want to align the text. For example, I can also say I would like to do it to the left, because now it's justified. Let's see what happens. Now it's all to the left. It's not really a change, but I like to justify it when it's just one column. Now here's your two column table, and as you can see, I have a column title, and that's bold right now. The first child is bold, but I can also make it normal and 100%. And then it's like this. Look, it will change. So that's how it is right now. I like the previous one. Let me see. You can also have specify for column 1 and for column 2 how you would like the width to be. For example, you can also make it 50-50. Of course, it has to be 100 together. So the first and the second column together have to make up for 100%. And then it's like this, you see? And if I then center the first one and center this text maybe as well, you can have this one. But I can also make this one a left center and make it a bit smaller because, I don't know, maybe the text is very long. Boom, like this. You see? And the first row is again deviant from the other rows. And the same is for the three column table. So the percentage of this first, second, and third column have to make up for 100%. And you can adjust everything here. Well, I'll leave it to you because we're going to proceed with the next one. Here's your contact form. Hoppa. Contact form. You can adjust these boxes, the background of these boxes. I have now 0.1, so it's very, if I make it 8, for example, it will show up like this. It's very dark. But then we have the color. If you type something in, it's white right now, and this is the actual font. And I can make this one, for example, well, it's white. It's already white now. If you type something in, it's white. And I can also make a white border, for example, like this, which is 3 pixels wide and solid, and the border color Here's a transparent color, but I don't want to use this right now, so I'm going to delete it. And there's a border radius, and I want the border radius to be 10. And then it looks totally different. Let me see this. Boom, like this. And now this text is not readable, so we're going to make it gray, and that's actually this one. The color and size text that appears in the input boxes to indicate what should be filled in. So I'm going to make it gray. And it's now 90%, which is good, which is just fine. We're going to paste it onto all the other ones as well, because these take care that it's possible to do it in Google Chrome, Firefox, the first ones, and the Firefox, the later versions, and Internet Explorer. And it looks like this right now. The send button is not very clear right now. This is the send button, and I'm gonna make it gray as well, and I'm gonna make it white if you hover over it. Like this, and if you hover over it, it kind of does something. See? If you hover over the send button, the background changes. I'm gonna make it 1 so it's pure black. See? There it is. Actually, I want to make it like this. Like this is better. Yep. So like this is just an example, of course. Let's continue. The footer section. That's actually this section here. You can change the background. You can change whether you would like a line here, like this. If you make it 0, the line is gone. Like this. This is actually, you can change the font of the footer, and here's the color. You can make it black, of course, if you like. Just using very simple examples right now. You can also make this one black if you like, and then you can make it bold or normal weight, whatever. You can add text shadow. Just save it. Let's see what it looks like right now. Contact information like this. We have the copyright section, which is this one, of course, and we can make it black, or we can make it transparent like this, and we can make the color white or green or whatever. Let's make the color like this, and we're gonna see what it looks like. Transparent, so it's non-readable right now, but we can make the text black for sure, and then it's readable again. Yes, like this. Text shadow you can add. You have your sidebar settings, which look like this right now. It's transparent color, but you can also, for example, use just black, and here black. And what I like is I want it to be non-cornered. I want no corners there. If you want to have here like if you have 20 or 10, just double click this, Control copy, Control C, and just paste it here with Control V, and then save it. That's very easy. Do I want a border? Yeah, I want a border of 1, and I want it to be gray. I don't want a border at the right, but I do not want a border also at the top. So border top is none. Semicolon. There we go. Boom, like this. It's like it's got a little bit of shadow there, and it's black. So I think that's it, actually. We have covered everything, and now you can play around. And there is one more thing I want to show you, and that is the following. If you think, alright, I like a template template that he has created before, or I would like something like this, you can download this style, open it, then open also your website folder and go to your root folder of your website. And then you have this Pacific Ocean. Now if you copy the background to here, you have also this background image. If you copy the editor, then everything you just edited will be overridden. So you better make a backup from this one, and otherwise you will lose everything. But right now I will just copy all 4 of these, and I will replace them, and I will just show you what it looks like then. Boom! There it is. And all my information is still there. My biography is still there. My resume is still there. And you can adjust, of course, these images again, like this, because maybe you don't like it, but it's there to show you what is all possible with this. This is the newsfeed section of your news page. I will show you in the next video how you can adjust this one, and then I will also show you how you can upload your website to the internet. So see you in a few minutes. Take care.